Hello and welcome to Triple C Rated, mine and my mum Choo's podcast, where we talk about essentially pretty much anything. Okay, so we do have a food channel on YouTube which has got 140,000 subscribers and a TikTok with 100,000. But yeah, here we just talk about anything. My wife Lydia is with us today.
Hello.
And her job is to just be reading out sort of like messages. Suggestions, that's the word. Questions
yeah.
That we asked on the Facebook group Chinese Takeaway Secrets, and also our own Facebook group, which is Ziangs Food Workshop. I think I could be wrong because there's so. It doesn't matter. We'll just get on with it. Anyway, Happy New Year to everyone.
Yep. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. How's everyone? New Year. Excellent.
Yeah, they can't answer you back though.
Well, at least they asked. I bet someone would say, "Yeah, it's really good." Yeah.
What you think they're gonna?
Someone would say, "Oh no, not very good."
They're talking directly to me right now.
No. Do you know what I mean? Someone will answer. Definitely.
Okay.
Shout out if you do.
It's not. The problem is that this isn't like a.
I know.
Videos.
Like when you're watching a movie, you say, "Oh no, something done something." Oh no, watch out at the back! Someone come get you! You know.
No, but I mean, it's more like because I don't think you can comment on podcasts. So it's just like like you listening to the radio.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like that, except you can't.
But even though you have listening to the radio,
it's just
someone
nice.
was saying something that you don't like. Oh no, that's not right. You just call. It's just like that. Your reaction to somebody question whether someone can see you or not, but you still react to someone say something. That's what I was trying to say. I don't know how to put it in words.
No, you did quite a good job. So anyway, back on to what we were talking about. Well, we're not talking about anything at the moment. But, okay, Lydia, so what have you got? Lydia's going to find what she considers interesting and then read out the questions or the suggestions of what we should talk about.
Okay. Do I have to be quick at this?
No, you don't have to be quick, man. You can just...
Do it as your own pace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can edit this, can't you?
No, this is going straight up as is.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Right. Pressure's on. Okay. Oh, God, I don't know now.
You can do it.
I can do it.
Yeah. You got this.
I can do this. It's hard because you didn't want too many, food-related ones.
I said anything that's interesting. It's what happened is we asked, because we're a food channel, I asked for suggestions and I even said it doesn't have to be food related, but they were all food related. We're not a food podcast, but I mean, if the topic is interesting, we'll talk about food, obviously, because it's our field of expertise, so to speak.
Someone said, always loved your mum's stories of her childhood and youth. Maybe she could talk about how things were different for her children's childhood and then side shoot into many stories and life experiences they crop up.
I think that's something I think we need time to.
That's too deep.
It's too deep, yeah.
Yes.
Especially for the first podcast back.
It might fill up 2 days.
Exactly.
What about travel? How often do you get to visit your relatives overseas?
Oh. Can we answer that one?
Of course. I mean, before COVID, Mum used to go quite often, and
yes.
I used to go fairly often, but not as often as Mum. So Mum would go probably once a year.
Once or twice, in between, every 2 years.
Yeah, and then we'd obviously go and help out in our family food stores and stuff like that.
Yes, we love going back.
Yeah, but due to COVID and stuff, we're not even sure if we can go back yet.
Yeah, not at the minute. They're quite strict, I think.
Yeah, that's Brunei, by the way, in case you're wondering where Mum was born and raised.
Yes.
And have you ever gone there first class?
No, they can take that, but I'm not paying for them.
I couldn't afford first class even if I wanted to go.
I think are too expensive as it is.
I know, right? I think I looked at first class just for a laugh, not that I was actually entertaining the idea, and I think it was something like £18,000.
No.
Yeah.
There was a few people in first class as well.
It's not cheap.
It?
It's a nearly a 22-hour flight.
No, not 22 hours anymore. Direct last time. No, 16 hours.
Oh, 16-hour flight still.
8 hours used to be like touchdown.
You have to stay in Dubai for ages, yeah.
But now they don't. The last time I traveled, it was just direct. It's about 13 hours maximum.
Right.
Yeah, they had cut down. Now aeroplane is really fast now.
Are they?
Not slow and like in the old days.
No.
What were they made out of when you were young?
Metal.
Stone.
No.
Stone?
No, metal. But I think because of the advanced technology, things that fly quicker now. I think so. I'm not sure. I'm not so sure. I know the very first time I came over, it was a direct flight. It took about 22 hours, something like that.
You say things are faster though, but they got rid of Concorde, and that was nothing flows faster than Concorde now.
No, I mean like the BA 747. When I first travel, it was direct. It took about almost 20 hours. I think so. I cannot remember, but I know then it turned it down to 16, and the last time was just about 13 hours. I don't know what they have done.
This is riveting podcast talk here. So if you want more talk about times, stay tuned. I think we'll move on.
Yeah, let's move on to the next one. How different regions of China differ in food, and why do you think that is?
I mean, it's just like England, isn't it? Except you've got to think a province of China is probably 3 times bigger than the size of England. Like in the north, it's, I don't know what they have in the north.
In the north is colder weather.
Yeah, like pie and chips.
Yeah.
Stews. I don't know, because we have stews all over the UK now, don't we?
Yeah, I don't really travel around to eat stews though, so I don't know how they would differ from...
But there's northern and southern kind of
like
style
the Cambrian
foods.
sausages is up north, isn't it? Yeah.
So down south we have England has
just
southern
normal,
food and Cornish pasties.
Cornish, like the Cornish one.
And
sausage roll.
Yeah, but imagine that, but on a larger scale.
Like the north, south, east, west, they're all quite different weather-wise as well.
What is it with these riveting topics? So, what's the weather?
What's the question?
What's the question? What's the different foods like? Are there different foods in different areas in China, and why do you think that is? Essentially, it's, like I said, it's like in England, you have different, no matter where you go, don't you?
Yeah, I think nowadays, because of transportation is so advanced now, they can transport whatever they cannot get all time, but now you can get most of the stuff from north, south, east, west. Long time ago, you can't really, because the western side don't have much of the sea fish, mainly like river fish.
Yeah, and then you have like
they eat really hot and spicy food and oily food.
So and the northwest and northeast have lots of
dumpling.
Goat.
Dumpling, that sort of thing.
Because of the plains and stuff like that. And then you have, I mean, provinces are different as well.
Yeah, every province is really different food.
But I mean, they're essentially different countries, and each one will have like 3 to 4 different dialects, in which is essentially a language.
Yes, and dialects also eat different food as well.
Yeah, exactly. So we're Hagar, so we eat Hagar style food, which is eaten all over because the Hagar people are everywhere. But it originates from Guangdong?
No, I think in the Yellow River, right up the north there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So up there.
Yes, up there.
Okay. Ready for your next one?
Yes, please.
Okay. What was the takeaway business like growing up compared to today? Do you think it's any different than it used to be? Or?
Oh, massively different. Even in my time, so being old enough to comprehend what's really going on, so from the age of 12 upwards, I'd say what people order now is so much more varied than they did
in the old time.
In the for me at least, early 90s. back in the day, you could guarantee the order that came in would have a curry of some sort, beef or chicken.
Yes.
Then a portion of chips, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
And there'd be one of 3 things on there else. That would be
sweet and sour sauce.
Sweet or sweet and sour chicken balls, yeah.
Yeah.
Ribs or pancake roll. It would be one of those 3, and then fried rice.
Yeah.
That would be like the standard order. Now, those are still the most ordered, I'd say, most ordered things, but a lot more compos, Sichuan dishes, you know, a lot more adventurous, like salt and pepper, for example, didn't exist when I was a kid. You know, well, I mean, salt and pepper seasoning obviously did, but I mean, like salt and pepper chicken, as in a Chinese takeaway context, not on a table with a steak.
Yeah, I think maybe some other places have it, but it's very, very not common, you know?
Yeah.
But now it's quite commonly. Available in all the takeaway now.
Salt and pepper was invented in,
I think, in the 90s.
Yes, it was. And I think it was Liverpool.
Yes. In the maybe late 80s or sometime around there.
Well, that's where it came from for us anyway.
Yes.
Yep, next question.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ready? Choo, how was your migration experience over to the UK, and do you notice a big difference in respect and manners?
We've actually covered this before.
Have we?
Yeah, but we'll do it again. It's fine.
Is it from the time I arrive?
Yes. They weren't specific.
Now,
so since when you moved over,
about 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you notice a big difference in?
Yes. Yeah. It is a big difference now. I think there are a lot more ethnic people all around. Before, hardly anybody around. When you walk in, you look like an alien. People looking at you.
I still got that growing up though.
Yeah. But over 30 odd years ago, but it's only the last, I think maybe 10 years. It's a bit.
Yeah, it's exploded around our area anyway.
Yes.
Like, well, especially when I was growing up, I think we were one of the only very few ethnic families in like a 30-mile radius. You could probably count the amount of ethnic families there were on one hand.
Yes, and our village is only one, isn't it?
Us and
my sister is so called now. And that's it. I think there's another one about 10 miles away from us, something like that.
Yeah, Minehead.
Yes. And that's it. There were only two family in there. 2
Chinese families or ethnic families that we know of. There obviously could have been more, but we just didn't know.
Yeah. But not very many. Even in school, you couldn't see it. If there is, they must have kept them in the house.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, I know for a fact there was a long time when I would go to school, I was the only ethnic person there until my sister came out. And then when I went to middle school, and I'd start all over again. And then when my sister joined me, it would be us 2. And that would happen all the way through my school career. There weren't any, not until West Somerset. So that's what a lot of people would call high school, what we call tertiary school.
Then you get the Minehead lot, isn't it?
Well, even then, yeah, there weren't
1 or 2.
There weren't that many ethnic families or people there. In fact, I don't think there were until later in my school, until later in that time where their families
college,
had moved in.
Yeah. I think they were in the private school, isn't it?
No. I just think they moved for work or whatever.
Mm.
Anyway, I don't think you answered the question.
Oh,
no.
What was it like? Let's say leaving home that day.
Yes.
To come to England, was it scary? Were you nervous?
No.
That's a yes.
No, I was not nervous at all.
Really?
No.
Not even slightly?
No.
Oh, yeah. I shit my pants when I have to go to the shop sometimes.
I was not nervous at all.
What about getting... Was that the first time?
Sad leaving my family there. Yeah, but
sad.
In terms of that, I don't think I was nervous.
What about the plane? Were you not scared of getting on a plane? I think that was probably your first time on a plane.
No, not my first time. I did travel before then.
What? Where?
I did travel to see my cousin in Malaysia, Sabah, Kota Kinabalu.
Yeah, KB.
Then I came over.
Well, you flew there?
Yeah, it's only about 20 minutes flight from Bandar to Kota Kinabalu. Before you got, it's already landed.
Bandar Seri Begawan, by the way. That's the main city and the capital city of Brunei.
Yeah, then I came over. I flew another time in 1981 over to England, come here holiday for about 4 or 5 weeks. Then finally I came over in 1982.
Oh wait, so you'd been to England before?
Yeah,
well,
I told you that.
No, you haven't. You've just blown my mind. So you didn't. You had visited beforehand.
In 81.
This is completely new to me. So I can understand why you weren't nervous. A little bit, actually. You weren't moving away. But okay, so the first time you ever came to England, were you nervous?
No.
Okay, well, that settles that then.
No, I was not. I was quite outgoing person.
Did you come over by yourself or was Dad with you?
On my own.
And then who picked you up at the airport?
Granddad.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't even know them.
You'd never met them?
No, I asked, they get a sign up and, on the arrival hall, they get the up on there and then, so I saw them.
They get up on there or none?
No, they put a signboard up, say who's there, this is who, you know.
It said what?
Yes.
What did it say on it?
I can't remember what they say now. I didn't even spot them, but during traveling on a plane, I met a bunch of students coming back. It was because I traveled in September. A lot of those overseas students fly back to England for their schooling in the October term. So on the plane, I met I met friends with them. So most of them, I say, oh, why are you going to England? I say, oh, I'm going to see my boyfriend in England. Oh, that's right. Why are you going? Oh, we're going to study. So we become friends. I said, oh, do you know them? Have you met them before? I said, no. I said, how do you know you're going to meet them? They said they're going to put out my name. So when we landed up to the, pardon?
Don't like, because it goes through the...
Oh, all right.
But it shocks through.
Then we landed on the arrival hall after the immigration. It took me a long time. They thought I haven't got any money to come, so they questioned me a long time. And luckily my friends, because they have got visa pass or student pass, they go through the immigration with no problem. And when we all came out from the immigration hall and arrival hall, I call them my friends. My friends all spotted my in-laws then. So that's it. And drive all the way home. And when down, I was a bit, I think at my time there during the 80s, we have most of us, no one would like to keep old cars because old cars think that you are poor. Everybody like to get new cars. So when I came here, I saw that Douglas, they all have the car, like the front there got like the Formiga. Like, what do you call it? Is that a Formiga?
What's a Formiga?
Is it like the...
Omega?
Yeah.
I still don't know what it is.
The dashboard is like, I can't remember how you do it, like veneer, that sort of thing.
Oh, the fake wood.
Yeah, it's like a Trilido they have got. I was a bit shocked they had drive that car.
I'm trying to figure out what you mean by Omega.
No. It's that fake wood.
Laminate?
No, like...
Turtle?
You iron onto it. It come in the big
Vinyl.
sheets. Something like that. We used to do that. I can't remember. I don't know. Anyway. That's it, really.
Right, so we learnt that plastic stuff.
Formica or something like that.
Formica.
Yes.
Formica. I don't know what that is. I've heard the word before. It's like Bakelite. I know it's some sort of plastic. I couldn't tell you what it looked like.
Yeah, like a piece of sheeting you put on top of your table. You iron it, or I think you put some glue or something like that, and it stick on it. It's like vinyl. Veneer, not vinyl. Veneer.
Veneer.
Yes.
Like it comes in turtle shell or walnut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
So this was a fancy car then?
Was it a Rover?
No, it was a
Triumph.
Rover. Triumph Toledo, I think it was called.
Toledo.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, next question, please.
Can you wear socks and sandals?
This is This is an interesting and I think a good social experiment because
you can if you're feeling cold. You don't want to get cold and get cramp.
So why are you wearing sandals?
I only asked because you always do it.
Yeah.
But why are you? If your feet are cold, why are you wearing sandals?
I don't, because I don't want to wear shoes. A sandal is more comfortable.
Slip on.
Yeah, you can slip on and off. The Japanese wear the Japanese suit with the socks.
Yeah, but it doesn't make it doesn't. Yeah, but
don't they have socks
warmer.
specific for that though?
And the climate's warmer.
Yeah, but you just go
if it's warmer, you wouldn't
like that. Put a dent in between your toe and your big toe. Put a dent in it and just slip it on.
Yeah, but what I don't. It's like you don't wear a vest and put a scarf on if you get a bit chilly, do you? You just put.
Well, I don't know. I have seen some rather skinny-looking men in my Ned before, and they.
What? Just have a vest and.
Yeah, they're trying to look like hard, but they've got a scarf on because they know it's cold out, but they're still wearing a vest.
Like people wear shorts and all weather.
Yeah, but you just wear what you want, isn't it?
Yeah, you wear what you want. I thought you meant in terms of fashion. I was going to say hell no, but
no.
I mean,
it's not fashionable, is it?
Apparently it is. Like I don't understand. I remember back in the day, if you wore socks and you could see the socks or you pulled them up slightly.
Even now that's not. Well, no, actually now that's sort of come back into fashion. That
trendy now, isn't it? Before you're not allowed to see your socks. Your trousers have to cover your socks, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's always been like that. And
no, not really. Like now, years ago, you're not allowed to wear your inside shirt is longer than your outside top. Your outside one got to be cover your inside. But now it's trendy to wear your inside t-shirt longer than your outside.
Are you just explaining what you're doing tonight?
Yeah. Mum is trying to make it socially acceptable to wear what Mum is wearing. No, I remember never has it been cool to see your socks, especially if you're wearing black trainers, to have white socks on. And now, now they've all got white socks and black trainers. I'm just like, I was going to say something then, but you would have got absolutely ridiculed.
Yeah, you used to wear
I mean, just be grateful people are wearing socks.
The kind of back in the day, the people kind of if the kind of people who wore bum bags, which is massive fashion now, those socks that are pulled up, right? They're the kind of people you look at them and you think, I bet they're slightly damp.
Oh,
Well,
earthy.
not earthy, just like
smelly.
Why are you touching me?
Smelly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes some of them, the socks can be so sweaty, and when it dry out, it cake like how do you call it? Like been starch, isn't it? Has anybody used starch?
They go a bit hard.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Who's wearing socks for that long?
I don't know. Somebody do.
Youths.
Some people do.
Youths, yeah. If there are any youths listening, change your socks every day, shower, and bum bags aren't cool. I don't know where they've come from.
What is bum bag?
Like those little, you wear them there, but they wear them here now.
Oh,
I don't know why.
Okay.
they're supposed to be like round your waist.
Oh, right. It's just a fashion statement, isn't it? I quite like the band bag, though. You just, in your body there, you can turn it wherever you want.
Oh, yeah, it's fully functional. Don't get me wrong. Like, if you're wearing it for function.
If you're travelling.
But they're not wearing it for function. They're wearing it because they think it looks good. And it doesn't look good.
No, it really doesn't.
Yeah. It just, I think if you want to wear that, go ahead. No one going to stop you, okay?
Yeah, but be aware that everyone in the world, apart from youths, are looking at you thinking, you look like Eugene from The Walking Dead. You won't know what that is, Mum, but you will. Mullet. Where did the mullet come from as well? That irritates me. You're not hard.
I saw
you just
a lot
look
of
like a wanker.
A lot of a runway doing that.
Runway?
Yeah.
What's runway?
Fashion runway.
Oh, yeah, but their hair's always bullshit, isn't it?
Yeah, the mullet. Why is that back?
I don't know, but hopefully in 2013 it goes away. Next question.
I hope so. Right. Why does cooking Asian food scare the shit out of many people in the UK? I find a lot of people are always really nervous to cook Chinese food. I'm not sure why.
It's the same as why is anyone scared of anything? Lack of knowledge, really.
Yeah, basically.
Like if you don't know, it's gonna scare you, isn't it? Mm. I also feel like a lot of people are scared of ruining something. Mm-hmm. Whereas if you want to be good at cooking, you're going to have to expect that. You're going to have to expect to sit down sometimes and not enjoy your meal. Yeah,
if you ruin it, so you know how to correct next time you do it.
Or don't do that again, because that's the best way to learn. It's all well and good as us telling you that you can do it this way, do it that way. But until you sit down and actually figure out, okay, I did put a quarter teaspoon extra salt this time. I won't next time. You can't really teach that. That stuff's gold.
That's right. It's your own palate, isn't it?
Also, I think the myth of you have to have it really, really hot doesn't help. Yes, heat does help loads and helps you get a lot of Asian flavours very quickly. But if you're patient, you can do it on a low heat. It just takes 3 to 4 times longer, that's all. It's about knowing your equipment at the end of the day, and a lot of people don't know their equipment, so they say it's not plausible. It is. It's just you just need to understand what's going on. And
yes.
And if you understand what's going on, you can do that on any scale or any time frame. Yeah.
Yeah, I think as well. Like there's a portion of people who think they know everything about Asian food and Asian culture, don't they?
Oh yeah, I call them
it's always
dickheads.
like you need this wok to make this, and you need that spatula to do that. And if you don't have that, it's not going to be real Asian food. But you're making a chow mein; it's not real Asian food anyway.
But what annoys me though is that when it comes from, let's say, Asian people, Westerners take what they say at complete face value, so they must be experts.
Yeah.
But like my next door neighbour, if I went to him to say, make me a creme brulee, chances are he was not going to be able to. Just because he's Western doesn't mean he can make a Western dish. Just because he's Western doesn't mean he knows how to cook. Yeah, okay, granted, food is a massive part of Chinese culture, but doesn't mean everyone can cook, because cooking is like anything. It's a skill that's acquired over time, whereas a lot of the time, most people are working, even in Western society. Do you know what I mean? It's the same in Chinese society.
Yes.
Like,
not everyone in the Chinese supermarket knows everything about
that's fucking annoying,
the stock on the shelves.
No.
Like,
That's a classic one, isn't it?
You always get, I went into a Chinese supermarket and they say it's exactly the same thing, and I'm like, the camera's died and I don't know why. Anyway, so this won't be going up as a video. It'll be going up just as a podcast. Normally, we have the video on YouTube.
Oh yeah, YouTube. Okay.
What is that thing called? What is this just going to go up as an audio then?
Yeah. Well, actually, no. Hold on. I'll go get the. I'm gonna press pause, and then we'll be back with.
We'll be back.
Video. Right. Okay. So we're back with a new battery, and we're gonna do one more question, I think.
Yep. What influenced British Chinese food, and why is it so different from traditional?
Well, that's really easy to answer. It's made for the Western palate. You have to remember when Chinese takeaway food came to the UK, if you put down an actual Chinese dish, they'd look at you as if you were insane. Like, this is not going to be delicious for me to eat. People are more educated now. Even when I was young, like I said, going back to what people used to order and what they order now, it's very different. And the reason why it's westernized, it's just about education of palate. What people would have found tasty back then isn't what they would find tasty now.
Yeah.
Or even the willingness to try something different, I think it's more an ignorance back in the day, isn't it? Like, I don't want to try that, it doesn't look nice, rather than nowadays people go, oh, well, yeah, I want to try.
People haven't traveled outside the country much before.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I
think
now they have travel a lot more, so they see the different. Is it?
Yes, I think that is the case.
Yes.
So essentially that, and also you've got to think as well, when they started up these Chinese takeaways in America, there's a similar sort of situation where they started in the 1800s. In the UK, it was more sort of just before the Second World War where they started popping up.
Was it?
You couldn't find
the ingredients or the stuff they need to cook with, so they have to
go to their cash and carry.
Yeah, adapt what they have in England, isn't it?
Yeah, which is why it really pisses me off when you get some know-it-all, especially TikTok's one of the worst for it, where they go, ketchup in Chinese food, I don't think so. And I'm like, well, do you enjoy your local Chinese takeaway food? And go, yeah. Well, they're using fucking ketchup, you idiot. Like, the food, and then I have to point out that the food that you're getting is not Chinese food. It is westernized, delicious food, don't get me wrong, but it's westernized. Most of it isn't even versions of food. So, like, okay, so Hong Kong style was invented in Hong Kong, and that's why it's called Hong Kong style sweet and sour, but it was invented for the English market, or the Western market, I should say, not the Chinese.
Is there a more traditional version, like these drawn from actual dishes?
Yeah, we do. There was skin and bone, everything, all chopped up and fried.
Get all that flavour in there.
Yeah, but also sweet and sour, like the actual true sweet and sour is a dipping sauce, and it's not even a sauce, it's like a liquid. It's just vinegar, chili, sugar, ginger and garlic.
Like what you have with dim sum?
Yeah, kind of. There's no colouring in it whatsoever, and it's watery.
Mm.
Yeah, like a soy consistency.
Yeah, I like dipping things in soy as well.
Yeah, but that's true sweet and sour.
Well, that answered that one then, didn't it? I've got a good one here. Life as a social media contributor whilst working full-time in restaurants and warehouses. How do you... I'm guessing they're asking how do you fit it all in?
With great difficulty, to be honest. It's not easy.
Full on.
Yeah, if you have to do it, you have to do it. You have to do it while you can then. If you want to get older, you can't want to do it, you can, you know?
I can't get older.
No,
I have to stay the same age, otherwise I can't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do while you got to earn while you're still capable of. Mm-hmm. Even though when you get older, you want to go to work, you can, isn't it? So
yeah, I also think it's the kind of person you are, though, because a lot of people, and don't get me wrong, if this is you, that's absolutely fine. I only want to do X amount of hours, and I need time off. Mm. But so when people ask me those questions, they go, "How do you do it?" I don't know, because I want to do it. Even when I worked for like Tesco's, I would say,
diligently.
Well, I'd do like a 14-hour shift, clock out, and then finish someone else's work to help them out and not get paid for it, because I understood that if I helped, I still have a job. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, basically, yes, it is. Yeah.
So it's a want to do it, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. To constantly be busy.
You want a lot of things, so you have to make money to get those things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, yeah. Money doesn't grow on tree.
No. Got to earn it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So that's how. But I essentially very little sleep as well.
Yeah. Like 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, not that bad. I used to be that bad, but now it's probably about 3 to 4 I get now.
Yeah, I think we enjoy working, really.
It's more the challenge I enjoy.
Yes. Yes, it is, yeah.
It's not the actual fact that I'm working. I don't see it like that. I see it like a...
Yeah, you can say challenge because every day is different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very different from just going into a 9 to 5 that isn't your own business.
Yeah, but like...
You go in and you leave.
Yeah, but like I said before, when I did... Well, not 9 to 5ing, but when I did work for other people, I'd go out my way to do other things.
Yeah, but there's still like that, when it's your own business, you don't wake up in the morning and have time to yourself and then come home in the evening and have time to yourself. It's constant work.
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
it?
Even though when you leave your business, you still like working indirectly.
Well, but I know some people who have their own business and they just basically do 9 to 5.
That's it. They don't want to do anymore.
Which is fine, but they're happy with that.
That's fine as well. Yeah.
I've got certain goals I would like to reach. They're not monetary goals. They're just more things I'd like to achieve in terms of how many restaurants or how many books I sell or whatever.
Ambition.
I got ambitions, yeah, but
yes.
That's not going to come if I just don't do anything. No. It's never going to. Nothing good ever comes from just sitting still.
No.
Maybe some TV shows. Like you'll be sitting there on a TV show. Again, we don't have time for TV, so normally if TV's on, I want the computer working and I'm watching it like in the background.
Yeah.
I think
that sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we'll call that one for today.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed this one. This one I feel.
It's a weird one.
It's a weird one, and it was a little bit rusty because it's been nearly a year since our last podcast.
Was it a year? I thought it was longer than that. Was it last March we had one?
Yeah.
Oh, all right then. Oh, yeah.
Because before you went back to work down the weir was the last time.
Yeah.
And then you opened in...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, almost a year, isn't it?
Yeah.
So then...
We hope to get more of these out more often.
Yeah, which we will try our best. Yes.
Yeah, it's for those of you listening, that's Mum's double thumbs upping there.
Oh, yeah. All right. I thought I can see myself, so I can see you.
Yeah, that's going to go on. But do you know what YouTube is?
Yeah.
So that's going up on YouTube. Okay.
Oh, okay.
But like most people are going to be listening to this through their earballs.
Oh, all right then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I still forgot a minute.
Still forgot a minute.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Anyway, we'll see you next time, and we're going to try and get one of these out at least every fortnight, once a week if we can.
Yes.
But yeah, thank you very much for your time. Take care. Bye from me, Chin. Ma?
Thank you for listening. And?
You can just say bye-bye.
Oh, bye.
And my wife, Lydia, thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye,
Take care.
everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.